now. So, and it sometimes takes a little bit, and all I can do is apologise, because there was some people who had look, they joined the other broadcast, and I don't know what was going on with it, but I'm still looking and bringing up things while I'm here, just to make sure we're not losing stuff. Hello, John. John is from Hawaii, and
Hi, John.
John, you probably realise we have me here. Australia must have the crappiest internet ever in the world. So for a large country, that we have really crappy internet. So you have to look at me again. Now I had Paddy D is also on YouTube. I haven't seen anybody pop up yet from the Facebook groups. Lovely Nancy is here from Canada.
Hi, Lyndsay.
Nicole Richard, long time no see, Nicole. I'm trying to remember or picture your face. I'm so sorry. I've got a head like a sieve. Gabrielle DeLuna is from New Mexico, Santa Fe. So it's nice to see where we're going to in some of the countries. Yeah, so what I'll do, because we've only got, it says there we've got 14 viewers. Gabrielle DeLuna is from Santa Fe, John's Hawaii, Nancy's Canada, Patty D, I can't remember where you're from. It looks like we've got a few people viewing. So you have to look at my ugly dial again today. Sorry, folks. It's just that I have really, really bad internet. But look, I suppose what we can do is we can start off with just some funny questions. So I've got us just in the thing, so I'll keep moving the big screens around for anybody who views on the telephone, on mobile, because I know there's some small mobiles and someone might be sneaking us in while they're at work with their earbuds in. That's what I used to do. Because I was so bored in my job. So I'm going to throw up funny question first. Let's have a look. And I got this from a friend the other day, and I thought it was a good question. What's ahead of movie cinemas now that most movie cinema companies, their competition is paid streaming directly to the public the same day as from the actual production companies? What's happening is the cinemas here, and I think it's worldwide, like Village Cinemas, Hoyt Cinemas, and all the big chains, Roadshow and all that, what's happening is, say it's, I don't know, Panorama or, the big production companies, they're not releasing new movies to the cinemas. It's the same day that they release them. So it's almost like our cinema's going to be dead. Are they a thing for the future? So I'm looking at it, what's ahead for a movie cinema now that they've got to live the same day. So they don't even get the previews. What's happening, you guys in the US with cinemas and
Well,
that?
we just had a couple of big showcase cinemas around here closed down, but that's due because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
That's because they can't keep up with the cost of everything because they only allow many people into it, and they're not really making movies anymore.
No, they're not. And Hollywood, what they're doing, they're just releasing them directly to streaming things like Netflix and what's the other one, Prime, and all of those.
Yeah, even YouTube has movies you can rent, and also Amazon Prime and.
It is, yeah, because I'm seeing, well, I flicked through, we've got Amazon Prime and Netflix, and over here we've got our local one called Stan as well, and I was surfing through to see what was on Prime last night, and there's all these movie releases for even 2021, and I thought, wow, we're only in March, so pretty amazing. So I'm going to have a look at Alice, and I'm going to see, what's happening about movie cinemas. Yeah, it really is. The big screens are dead, aren't they? No one wants to leave their house anyway. Everyone wants to just watch it on at home because you can go to the bathroom when you want. You can have all the food and snacks when you want. You can pause
Yeah,
it.
and nobody wants
Yeah.
to sit in the movie theater with a mask on either. I mean, I don't want to do
Oh,
that.
heavens
And you have to
no.
wear a mask around here.
Yeah, we're out of masks here now.
Oh, great.
The only way where areas you have to wear a mask is a taxi, an Uber, on the train, public transport, trains and buses, or what was the other one?
Like
Nursing
contact
homes,
areas.
elderly homes, the nursing homes.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
we don't need to wear them in at doctors or pharmacies or anything like
Really?
that. No,
Interesting.
it's
Yeah,
all
we still have
gone.
to wear them here.
No, we got nothing. So, what's going on with movies?
Here they actually just opened the movie theaters back up in Connecticut, I believe, with limited capacity.
Oops. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
they did this weird thing where they've just decided to open up, and now our numbers are going up because of it. So
yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I've got dog, butterfly, and peacock. It's funny that that's a visual. Peacock is a visual. But then you got your dog, which would tell me the only way they'd keep going is a lot of loyal followers. But the butterfly is change. So, yes, sad part is a lot of movie cinemas may go down, but it seems to be a better change for people. Peacock, again, is people are more worried about what their literally appearance is and how they feel. I don't like that for movie cinemas because I look at it there and say it'll only be a few loyal people that are trying to keep them open where the majority doesn't. So, what do you ladies have?
You want to go, Wilma? You want me to go?
You go whichever. I'm going to swap people around. So that's the only thing I can do here on the big screen.
Okay.
So I've
Let's
got
see.
you up in big screen, Andrea.
Okay. So I got cherries, lion, and tornado. So it kind of looks to me like something new is going to end up coming out from this. Like you said, with the streaming and stuff. So something people are more into the new new delight and freshness of something different. Tornado. See, that's one's giving me a little hard time because I'm thinking that's something that's like, it's kind of like 50-50. It reminds me of something 50-50. You got half of the side that really wants to continue with this movie there and another half. But overall, what's going to happen with it, I think it's going to be wiped out. That tornado looks like it's going to be completely wiped out and something new is going to come from this.
That's pretty cool.
That lion is, like you said, it's all about pride for me. It's all about, like you said, people and their parents and stuff like that. And the parents of everything going on. But I don't think, it looks like it's going to be wiped out. New way of life.
Do you guys have drive-in theatres, where people drive in the car and then they tune in by the radio?
We do. We have one here that's been around since probably the 50s, but the issue with that is that they're not open because our governor only allows 2 to 3 people in the car at a time. So they're not making money from running all these big lights in movie theaters.
No, they're still going to have the same problems.
Still restriction.
Yeah, that's no good.
No, it's insane.
So, Wilma, what do you got?
Okay. Let's see. First, I've got a dim screen. Let's get that up. Trying to get this focused here.
I can see
All right,
you.
here we go. Got a nice charm.
Yep.
All right, I've got this nice charm here. Future of the cinemas. Ooh. We have the turtle shell on the cat. So again, the shell is different from the tortoise itself. The tortoise has left the building, literally. So it's like an empty building. It's a shell of a building. The cat was the comfort, the joy, and literally the comfort that you got from the cinema, the experience, and it's not happening anymore. Dolphin on the woman shows feeling from that. The dolphins kind of have that femininity, intuition type feeling, the same that you would get from the woman charm. But I feel like you can get that at home. You know, it's like this emotional thing. So I feel like they're jumping ship. We've got the ring on the mask and on the bellows. Excuse me. So the ring, I think people do want to come back, but again, the mask here, I believe, is literal, and the bellows again can be also literal for the air and people being an issue with public health and safety with the mask and the circulation of air. I think they're going to have to do something with the air circulation and the HVAC system in the movie theater to increase the filtration, because people do need to take their masks off in order to eat, or they're going to ban eating altogether so that people have to wear their masks. Either way, I think this is going to be a concern, but I do see people wanting to come back, and in another way, wanting to really see and have that experience of the screen with the mask as well, and then showing needing to bring new life and a new dynamic into the industry, which is where I think they've gone towards online and releasing directly, whether it be to HBO or, like you said, Netflix, Hulu. The book on man and medicine, again, speaking of the pandemic, I think they're just going to be wrapped up for a while. There's going to be a lot of rules with the book, and they're still trying to figure it out. So I think this is going to be, they're going to continue on in this new kind of online type dimension, rather than sticking with the old tradition, even though people want to go back to it. I don't see it happening anytime soon, really, to the extent that we used to see with this show and the cat.
No. So it's certainly changed, that's for sure. I just put up a note there, though. Any of you guys that are here and you just want a clear question, please do ask, and I can scroll up and down and see it. But while you ladies, or guys and gals, are looking at that, I've got a, hang on, I'll put me in there so you get to see me. Like, I really need big screen to see this face.
I love your face.
And my friend Anders joined me there, and I know she's going to belt the crap out of me later. But anyway, Anders the one who has garden gnomes that move across the yard. So
really interesting.
Yeah, it is.
That would freak me out.
Yeah. I've got a question now. A lot of people, I was hoping to get my own daughter to join me, but she's a late night reader. She's actually a tarot reader and here in Melbourne, but she tends to read at the late end of the day. So even 10 o'clock in the morning, she'll complain. She'll say, no, I'm not awake enough. So she couldn't join us today, but I've got a funny question, and it's about a client, not my client, and it's like a friend of my own daughter's. And this lady had been dating this young man for about 2 years, and it was all going really, really well. And he moved in only a few weeks ago. Finally, they've moved in together. And she's now wondering, has he changed his mind, where they've talked about marriage and babies and proposals and that, but he's finally moved in and she's not feeling a lot of the love. So what's going on there? So I'm using Alice. Hang on, I had no idea what to pick. Chair, rose and monkey. So, well, I still look at the rose, though, even as central, would still tell me there is still a lot of the love and the passion there. The chair would indicate to me, though, about comfort. And the fact that the chair is facing away, though, just tells me he may be feeling a little bit uncomfortable or out of his depth, so to speak. And the monkey here, this side, because everything's reversed for me, and the monkey here would tell me he probably needs to grow a little bit more, because often a monkey, similar to child, it's almost like everything is about fun or laughter, but it means grow up. When you see monkey near a male and a relationship, it often means he needs to grow up. And even with a rose, it's get through the thorns, the difficulties, in order to see the beauty. I'd say he's probably just a little bit out of his depth and probably not as much fun as he was thinking about. It's almost like reality bites, and you have to be a partner and a homemaker and help everything within the home. So I don't see him there as a bad thing, but I'd say she probably needs to go a bit slower because of him not used to this. Basically, dating's totally different to once you're both under the one roof. And
Absolutely.
even if he's just been staying there 3 or 4 nights a week, it's going to be totally different when he actually lives there. So what do you have, Andrea? I'll move you to big
It's
screen.
interesting that you said that because I have the back of the house is facing his drum, so it looks like he's kind of feeling like not at home yet. Like it looks like he wants to be there. The house is there so that show family comfort and all that, but it looks like he's not settled in yet. He's still trying to get used to the environment. And I'm often wondering if she's set in her ways a little bit, and maybe he's feeling like he's kind of like walking on eggshells a little bit, trying to get the feel of things. Because I see right here with the bellows and the drum, it's kind of like he's trying to settle in between his own drum, but maybe she's blowing some smoke up at him and trying to you know how some people are, like even with me and Roman, when he moved in, I'm so set in my ways that the dishes have to be done as soon as he's done cooking, and while he's cooking, he has to clean. So, you know, you just get on people's back because you're set in your ways, and then you have this new person coming into your house, and they have their own ways to live. And so I think it's going to be a balancing act between them. But I do think he wants to be there. I just think it's going to take time for him to really, you know, march to his own beat, per se, you know what I mean? Like get used to and get comfortable in his environment, and you know, try to not really set the flames off for her a little bit with that bellow.
Yeah, could be.
I kind of see that. Yeah, I just think he just needs to get used to things and do things this way.
It probably is. So, Wilma, if you can hear me, you've put yourself on mute. Can you check your microphone?
Oh, there we go.
There we are. There we are.
That's my dog. My dog was zapping my attention for a moment there. Could you refresh the question for me?
There's a friend of Chloe's who's been dating a fellow a couple of years, and they've had a great relationship, but he moved in a little while ago, a few weeks ago, and she's a bit worried, has he sort of changed his mind, because they did talk about marriage and babies and settling down, but she's just a little worried because he's been a little bit sort of standoffish or a little bit cool in the relationship. So we want to know, is this going to weather the storm? It's new that they're both under one roof.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like I said, between the dog and trying to share out to groups, I was missing little pieces. Here we go. All right, we're going to leave it in there. It's interesting. I keep getting a lot of the same charms. I've got this huge bucket. I'm shuffling, and a lot of the same charms are coming up. The house I think very clear communication is going to be important, as well as showing their gratitude to one another and being kind and forgiving and a little patient. Again, giving the little slack for falling into that routine. I think this goes back to what was said earlier, but like I said, my attention got dragged elsewhere. Small furry children. But again, with the rose, it's again really going out of your way to remember the other person. The telephone shows again the communication. The heart shows the love. The home, again, coming together. They're going to have to work together and come onto the same page. It is a journey. It's a process, and it's not easy to share your space with somebody. Even in the best of times, you have to make sacrifices, and that's, I think, and again, you've got the thorns in the rose as well, so there's always going to be a little bit of a prickly situation that you have to navigate. You have the zipper, the moose, and the ring. The ring is on the key. So I think longevity here is going to happen. I don't see anything negative here, but I see having to work together. The moose and the zipper on the car. It's also, the moose is also touching the mask. So being, again, clear with communication, but in a very calm and articulate way, a kind way that's thinking about the relationship as a whole and the greater good as a whole would be good here. Being yourself and needing to making sure that you're yourself, don't lose yourself in the relationship and car, but at the same time needing to work together with the moose as kind of a family dynamic. The moose here, there's a story in my family. There's a book called If You Give a Moose a Muffin. And it's kind of, the bottom line is, it's like you want one thing and then you want another and you want more and you want more and you want more. So I would be very careful about appreciation and expectations and balancing those out and keeping good boundaries. The zipper here again shows me keep your independence and allow him his independence. So I wouldn't freak out. I would just allow him some space and some time to get used to what's going on. Reach out with gratitude, love, and kindness, and remember that everybody's trying to settle in here. And don't let him lose himself, or he might be worried about losing himself. So give him that moment to just have some space and be clear and keep that communication open. But I don't see anything bad. I just see needing to be clear and patient.
What's that ring? What charm or what charm? Is it the ring charm or is it?
It's just a circle. It's kind of like an infinity. So to me, that shows the longevity in the relationship, which is a very positive.
I'm also wondering if one of them are pressure on marriage now that they're living together.
Well, I think it's implied with the living together, but at the same time, I mean, I think after a certain amount of time, like you want to be growing. You don't have to necessarily be going that fast. But if your relationship isn't growing, then hello, what are you doing? But I wouldn't push it. I would not push it and force anything. Give him the space to be who he is and give yourself the space to be who you are. Neither one of you should lose yourself in the relationship. You can be together and be your own people at the same time.
Well said.
Right. Okay. Hang on. I'm just trying to write down some questions here. John's asked a question about the Suez Canal crisis. And look, John, I am so head in the sand. I don't even know what's going on with the Suez Canal. Does anyone know?
I don't watch world news or news.
I don't watch TV either, so I wouldn't have a clue.
I'm at the wrong channel for this one.
Well,
yeah.
Told blindly, but I have no idea.
No, I have no idea because I don't watch television, so I couldn't even tell you.
We can throw basic cause to see what the basic condition is, but in-depth readings and what's going on, I'll probably sound like a fool because I have no clue what's going on. But
true. Yeah. Do you? Who's up? Andrew, do you want to have a look at that? Because I'm just writing down. I'm just grabbing people's questions.
So where's this canal at?
Suez Canal. Hang on. Isn't it? It's in Europe, I think. I don't know. Look, that's how bad I am.
This goes back to like middle school social studies stuff.
So I'm trying to
I'm sorry. I'll say
Yeah.
scales.
That stuff.
So it looks like something legal's going on with the scales, question mark, and clock. So it looks like something legal's going on with the situation, but there's still unanswered questions about it. And I don't think whatever's happening or whatever's going in, again, I'm going into this really blindy. Looks like
I'll just tell you the background, Andrea. It just says there, Suez Canal is blocked. It's blocked, causing millions of dollars each day. So it's blocked.
So I wonder whether this is where the scales are coming from, something legal going on with it.
The scales
but it looks like something legal is going to come out of this or something. But with a question mark, I'm seeing unanswered questions, unanswered things are going on with this particular situation. I don't think anybody's going to really know the outcome of this for a while with a clock here. This looks like it's going to be something that's over time it's going to develop and more answers will be coming out. But right now, looks like this is something that's going to keep going forward. That we're not going to
Yeah, I wonder with that scale about it. Yeah, is there literally legals, contracts, politics, and everything's out in
Something
behind the
going on.
scenes?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. With the scale, something definitely legal coming out. Because over time, especially over time, because you get the clock right here, and they mirror each other.
Yeah, that's interesting. Hang on, I'm trying to grab. Hang on, Wilma, I'll move you over to big screen.
Well, it looks like there's a lady at the shadow card was a lady card, so it looks like there's a woman involved. So I don't know if this is governor of the state, a senator, or somebody trying to get answers for it. Maybe a senator. But
That's interesting.
the ship ran
What
through
do
the
you
ground.
reckon?
Oh, interesting. Let's see. I'm reading the comments. The ship.
What do you find, Wilma?
I have fish, camper, and the skull and crossbones. The fish is touching the horseshoe, the camper is touching the horseshoe in the book, and the skull and crossbones is touching the money and the clock. So again, we have a double clock. So there's an issue of timing. I think there's a lot of pressure here. You've got a lot of manipulation with the skull and crossbones on money and clock. Obviously, there's power plays involved with that. And also with the fish on the horseshoe shows power plays, money involvement, as well as things going in circles. I feel like, the timing it just feels like a very, it's a back and forth thing. The camper, they know that, they're trying to get, this is about goods back and forth. And it feels like it's all stuck up in red tape in the book. And I think that's going to be for a while, but this is just like negotiations that keeps going around in circles, that it's just your traditional political bullshit.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm just putting some questions.
That's where you have the trailer charm here. The camper, it's hauling. It's a hauling trailer. I don't have an active trailer for like a big rig, so this would be perfect. The other charm would be Andrea's ship. So, but on those, the legals, or a lot of the contracts and agreements, and I don't see it going anywhere fast because of its skull and crossbones. I think it's just a lot of traditional crap. Leo.
Connie Brown asked an interesting question about the situation. Was the driver under influence? Let's see if the driver was underneath anything that happened. It's funny that the mermaid card came out, because that's my drinking card. So I wonder if there's alcohol involved in that, and that being alert, because the bell's not here. So it kind of looks like the driver maybe could have been under influence of something, and that really alert to the situation with the bells, or taking too much of a risk with the cards.
I could the fish as well as the skull and crossbones.
And you get the fish in the skull, yeah.
Also, with the fish on the horseshoe, it's like something sudden, something very slippery that happens out of nowhere, like an accident.
And I got the comment card as a shadow card, so that's showing something that really being blinded by something passing very quickly, and it's just he had no control. It looks like no control of the situation.
It does. I'm just starting at random, so I don't know what order I've got these in here. I'll just move you over. And apologies, guys. I look half asleep. It's just that I don't sleep very well.
You look beautiful.
I think they're going into it.
I've got a question here from Patty D. She says, will I open up more to share my gifts to help others? So I'm seeing this when I say the word gifts, obviously as a psychic or a reader. Some people actually call us spiritual advisors. I've even heard the term holistic counsellor. That rubs me up the wrong way. Sorry, guys, anyone that uses it, because I just believe anyone who uses the word counsellor has to have accreditation.
Legally, they should have a degree.
Well, yes, and that's different if you actually got a counselling or psychology degree. Yeah. But spiritual advisors, yes, I can cope with that. But so I'm imagining you're in the spiritual realm. So will you open up? So it's not really yet. We're not looking yes or no, but it's you opening up more. It's gaining your confidence. Now, what have I got? Hang on. Whoops. I've got tree, peacock, and eagle. They're actually really good cards, Patty, because the peacock literally means being proud of your achievements and standing out in the front row. The eagle means seize the power and the opportunities that are there. And the tree actually is really good growth. I'd actually say, yes, you will come out of your shell, because this here is very much of strut your stuff, get out in the front row, don't worry about who's behind your tail feathers, and grab the opportunities while they're there. So these to me say you're going to get past opening up where you're feeling you're a bit scared to, because none of those are telling me no. Yeah. So what do you have, Andrea?
I got the canon medicine question. I also see yes that she'll come out of it too, but I think she has to some reason with medicine question I get, hey, do you have a lot of anxiety going on? So I get anxiety when I see medicine and the question mark card together. I think of somebody that's high anxiety or ADHD or has a hard time to really concentrating. But I do see that things will start to develop for her and come out. I just really think she has to take a stand and just kind of like a cannon, just really go for it and just kind of let loose and show what she has. But I see yes that eventually she will come forward with it. And it's interesting that the medicine card is here because she wants to help other people. So I definitely see her gift as being helping others to grow spiritually and personally in the journey. So
it is.
stop
And
doubting yourself, Patty.
And it's funny, because when I see a canon, it literally is be the master of your own destination. And it's a little bit like, look out, everybody, here I am. So
Take control, yeah.
it is. And it's a big power card, which is really, really good.
It's interesting because I'm not seeing her. I don't know what she's planning on doing, but it doesn't look like a typical, I don't know why I say typical. That's kind of harsh of me saying because I read cards, like somebody that reads cards. It looks like something more with structure involved that she's trying to do. So I wonder if something, I don't know, maybe intuition wise. I don't know. It doesn't look like cards or divination that she wants to tap into. Patty, if you don't mind, can you tell us what your journey is going to be?
John's just filled us in there. Hang on, I think if I click on that, it'll say the Suez Canal. It says the big cargo ships blocking affecting the global trade. That says why you saw scales, Andrea. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's the big ship that's blocked all the other ships, so it's affected the trade. Yeah. Oh, not good. That's not good.
Patricia says healing cards and charms. Interesting. I definitely say yes, Patty. And she says she does have anxiety.
Yeah. It's in Egypt, and I'm just.
Oh, you're taking healer classes. That would make sense, Patty, with the medicine and the question mark. So I think you'll get your answers, and things will work out for the best for you. I think.
I like the way the canon is facing with the medicine because it's really showing taking control of your health. And then with the question mark, it's really putting all doubts aside and really aligning yourself level. And I think you need to find your confidence and find your growth and your own potential within this class. And I think that class may help you with your boundaries. I'm getting a similar reading. I'm getting a yes. You've got the star, the bridge, and the binoculars. And to me, this also speaks of, it speaks of healing and looking all three of these charms speak of long-term future. The star speaks of wishes and how you're bringing things into, or whether it's speaking or creating, bringing things into creation from the heavens down to the earth, from one plane to another, which makes sense with healing. And it's on the balloons, so showing that's bringing things from a higher level down. So to me, it also shows making a wish and putting your wishes out there, kind of law of attraction like. You have the bridge on the horseshoe. So again, that to me shows making that wish, using the horseshoe as a wish card. What is it that you're trying to reach? What is it that you're trying to do? Make that plan, plot that goal, look at what your long-term goal is, and then having to break it down into small steps, because I see a goal here, long-term wishes, and then the binocular again is long-term. But how are you going to get there? So now it needs to be broken down into small steps. The binoculars are on the butterfly and the crown. Taking stock at the transformation and the socialization and how that's going to get you from here to there. So it reminds me of, again, networking and using your skill set and growth, transformation. But this crown also shows achievement. But again, it's how are you going to get here? This doesn't show me breaking down. So to me, that's what's missing, is breaking it down, your steps. Without a plan, all this is just a dream. So I would, law of attraction, keeping your thoughts aligned, look at your destiny, but also breaking it down into a real structure to make it happen.
It's good. Patty's there. She's looking at healing cards, charms. I'll put it up there. She's been taking healing classes. She's already a 3rd level Reiki and taken advanced in the healing. So,
which is interesting because Wilma and I both got the horseshoe with that. And when you think of a horseshoe, you think of magnetic energy. So that could be the Reiki. And Patty, I wonder if that's going to be what you specialize in. That's going to be your prominent your treatments or your gifts or your journey is with the healing energy and Reiki and because with a horseshoe, both Wilma and I got that, but definitely has what it takes, I think. She just has to get out there and do it.
Right.
I've got Sandy Chamberlain, if Sandy's still here, and she's just wanting to know a general for April. So let's have a general. All right, now I've got 2 decks going here. I did have everything set up to go overhead, guys. I even had tea and teacups and everything ready, but you had to look at me because of our crappy internet. So
I like looking at you.
So I'm just going to grab 4 and 2 from each deck. So we got hang on, I'm upside down there. Everything is in reverse. That's the only thing is when I look on screen, everything's reversed. So April, we've got mermaid, child, cherries, and the mushroom. So mushroom would tell me where you're feeling a little bit below par, but that's okay because you've got child, cherries, and mermaid to pick it up. And when I look at that, I'd say something new that will pop up. Cherries is very good because it often means opportunities, and they're usually opportunities you weren't expecting. And a child beside them would tell me this will be a very good pick-me-up for you. The mushroom, like I said, is often, it's a symbol of health. We use is mushroom, same as frog and cane. But a mushroom often means, though, where you're not feeling up to full speed. And your mermaid there is don't get sucked into things that might look all lovely and beautiful or literally the shiny exterior. Look a little deeper than just surface value. But I'd say you're going to have not a bad month in April. But, yeah, look a bit more looking after self. But something new is going to pop up when you really don't expect it. So what do you have?
I'm going to use your spinner for this one for Sandy to pick the category. Yeah, let's do the spinner. So this is going to be a family pull. Oops, sorry, my calendar's shaking. Let's see what the... Oh, interesting. I got cherries too, butterfly, and birds. So I'm wondering if something new and exciting is going to take place within her family, some kind of transformation coming about. I'm also seeing maybe some kind of something socially going on, and maybe an invite with that because you got the bird right here facing the butterfly. So this is my invitation for some kind of socialization going on within the family. So I know she has a daughter overseas in the United States. So I'm wondering if this is going to be some kind of communication about her daughter, something new happening with her daughter. So that's what I get for a general for her.
when you don't have family nearby, it's interesting because quite often you look at family. It's like I look at my friend, everyone knows they're my friend Sula. Sula's like a soul sister. I have Andrea who's in our chat there. Same thing. These are soul sisters. And sometimes the soul friendships are same as family. So it's interesting to see.
Is Sandy here?
Sandy, I don't know if Sandy's still here because it doesn't.
Do you know the
tell me.
timestamp, and we can just let her know then?
Yep, timestamp 39 minutes.
Okay.
So actually, I'll put that on my note. 39 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got a piece of paper going. Wilma, what do you got? This is a really lovely tarot deck, and I couldn't read a tarot card to save myself.
It's
But
a beautiful deck.
One. It is.
I wonder who I got that from.
I don't know.
Now I've got 2 Sandy Chamberlains. Hold on, I'm just writing her a note here.
Yeah, someone's just posted and said no, she's not here. So
Okay. I'll just let her know then. That way she knows she got a reading.
Oh, it'll be in the middle of the night.
Oh, that's true. She's UK.
UK.
Okay, I got it. Although I might have just accidentally logged back in as you now. But in terms of for Sandy's reading, yep, I did. I logged in as me. It's very difficult because every time I leave the page, I hit the wrong. My thumb's big, and I hit her name.
That's all right. I've written it down on my paper.
I wrote it. It's in the chat, so she's tagged.
She'll find it. Okay.
Instead of back here, but Sandy, here you go. Here's your reading. You've basically got 2 ships, an anchor, and a wishing well, which kind of piggybacks on Andrea's travel reading. I don't know if you're planning on traveling or having visitors come to you, because you have the ship here, you have the chariot. The chariot is all about movement. It can be literal movement, whether that's car, ship, travel in general. It's also determination. It's you and what do you want? How are you going to get there? It's that drive, and nothing's going to hold you back. So that's always a good thing. You want to be driven. I know that you were interested in some property. Having passion is always a good thing in order to get that done. The wishing well shows goals, opportunities that, again, that kind of that passion in the chariot of this is what I want. This is what I want. I would not lose sight of reality with the anchor, but also not, don't squelch your dreams. But it makes me wonder, what is it that you're planning? It almost looks like planning an adventure, planning travel, planning other people's visits, things like this. I'm not sure if you're vaccinated yet or things are opening up. But again, you have the ship, the sailboat here, which to me, it's not a large boat, it's a small boat. So it's small travel, small plans, small journeys, small getaways, things like that. Enjoying your time. With the anchor, I see security, abundance, as well as plans. And again, so it's almost like making plans. What do you want? And then bringing it into fruition with the chariot. So I think this is going to be a month with planning, maybe planning travel, planning what your future goals and activities are going to be, perhaps planning out your summer more. It's like some small trips and maybe some visitors. Good luck.
The chariot with anchor kind of reminds me is that she has there's some decisions that she may have to make, but she has to also implement boundaries with those decisions.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah. I'm just going to play with a button. I just want to see what this does. So I'm not losing anybody. Aha. Oh, there's also a button that I can press that brings you up on big screen, Wilma.
Oh, look at that. Look at those nails.
I found a button. So, sorry, Linda's just bring me some liquid.
Oh, tell me I'll take a water or lemon.
Okay, I've got the lovely Connie Brown, and she's asking, is it wise to move from her current job role or stay in that one another year? So I'm going to try this solo screen. Hey, there I am. The girls are still here, but in the background. And that way, if they need to tend to the babies, the dogs and whatnot, because both of these girls have baby dogs. Well, not pup, but they're they're babies, they're children. So,
Yeah, they
Connie,
are.
yeah,
Mine's
is it wise to move from the current role or stay there another year? I'm not sure if it's within the same organisation. It sort of sounds like it, but whoops, there you are. That's interesting because I would look at those and say stay another year because you've got scales there, which would tell me literally what brings about the balance. So to me, scales would tell me level out of where you are now. And then it's like if you level out for this year, you've then got lion and cherries, which tells me you'll have a greater opportunity in a year's time because the cherries there will tell me level out now for the sweeter deal, and something there would tell me aim a little higher. So I'd actually say probably stay put for the year because almost like staying put, you'll actually open better opportunities for you. So what do you have, Andrea? You're up on, so this is better, isn't it? Like I said, I sort of apologise here for people who are thinking, why is she changing screens? But I know there is a lot of people who view on a phone. So I just want you guys to be able to see the maximum image size. That's why.
Okay, I got cross ring and chairs. Chair, I'm definitely seeing that she should stay put, especially with a chair. Stay where you are. I think that if you go and change jobs, it's going to be more stress, more pressure and burdens on you with that cross. I don't like that cross right now. If you commit to something else, and also if you go to a different position, I don't think you can get out of that if you don't like it. So right now, I think it's best, like Karen said, to stay where you are. There is no movement in these cards whatsoever. The balloon is a stale movement, so to stay locally where you are. So definitely stay where you are.
I've just put it up there. It says the lion. She has 5 years here. So that's good. That's good. Wilma, what do you got? Oh, that's much better. I can actually see now because I'm a bit blind, but that's good screen.
Yeah, I can see the cards better now too.
Wilma, can you hear us or have you frozen?
We've got Megan Matthews. If she wants to timestamp people, if anybody wants to timestamp people in the chat, that would be awesome.
Connie, you're at 47 minutes.
I've got the 5 of swords with the sword, the captain's wheel, and the toilet paper. So I'm getting the same thing of stay in the same position. Stay where you're at for now. I know it seems to be eating away at you and causing a lot of trouble. It's not where you want to be. I would try to make the best of it. Literally with the toilet paper, it's like, this is shit. But at the same time, this is with the toilet paper. If you think about where we were at the same place last year, we've come a long way, baby. Like we haven't. We're in the same place this year as we were last year, but we have toilet paper. But we've realized that what a commodity toilet paper is. So to me, this says don't underestimate the crappy job, that it's really bringing abundance. And right now is a time to take control, take the wheel, literally Jesus take the wheel. If you're a praying person, no matter what your faith is, this is a time to start doing it, start making those plans, put that energy out there, take control of your own destiny. Again, not only in the wheel, but also in the sword. Interestingly enough, they're both they're both ship metaphors, but you are the master of your own destiny. You need to be the pirate of your seas, but this is a time to plan it out and take control. I think this is really more taking mind control and taking control of your own thoughts and doing what you can with what you can control and letting go of what you can't and just realizing and being grateful for what you have and biding your time. I think things will come along in their own time, but right now it just kind of sucks. But at least you've got the Charmin. So find some sort of cushy, something that's going to pad the way in the meantime, something that's going to help you get by, something that's going to make it a little more comfortable. Because this is an abrasive situation, but I think you need to just wait it out and plan it.
Are you a teacher, Patty? Because not Patty, sorry, Connie, are you a teacher? Because she's talking about she's got flexibility in that there, and she said something about her students. So I'm wondering, because she says she's got seniority and she feels like staying there. And then she says it's good for her students. So it must be in some sort of teaching field. So, she said she loves it. They're master of her own.
She's a teacher. Yep.
Yeah. So,
that chair I got is definitely about showing her comfort where she is now. If you're comfortable where you are, you love where you are, definitely stay where you are. That's your sign right there to stay. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I've got.
I feel like you have to find a way to feel in control, even though it's not where you necessarily want to be long term, because there's some way you can find. There's some way where I feel like you're not seeing where you have control or seeing where your value is.
Do you want? Can you girls, when I click on this, can you girls see what her comment is?
I can see the comments. I'm in YouTube right now.
No, I'm saying in the YouTube, can you see where she says my principal is a blah, 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 blah? Yes, I'm a teacher.
Yep, I see that. That's hilarious.
And Patty D's a retired teacher, so she would know all about that. And I've got Mick Will's son. She's asked there for a general. So I'm just going to click on Mick and we'll have a look at general. So, it's really funny. Some people love the word doing generals. And if you're like me, I always say when people ask for general, it's really often very vague or very different, because readings of any type of sort and divination are better that you have a specific question. But we've got here any messages. So I'm actually going to take that. Is there any messages from Spirit for you?
Karen's going to take the teacup and smash it on the table and break it. And
Yeah, she knows me well, because I'm a biggie when it comes to general there, and it's like you ask a general question, you tend to get general answers.
You use your spinner. Your spinner gives a great weather category.
It's a bit hard, actually. I'll get Lyndsay to grab my spinner. I don't know if I can hold my spinner up, but it's worth a try. So what does Spirit have messages for you? It's interesting. We've got bat and dragon, both of winged beings. Dragon being mythical, bat being super smart, very it's like almost like intuitive, because a bat is blind, but look at how smart and clever and unique they are with all their other skills. Mushroom there would tell me literally come out of hiding, because I see mushroom often of where you may feel flat or feeling it less than or insignificant, but yet you've got bat and you've got dragon, which tells me stop the fight, flight or freeze area, but claim the power back within yourself. Dragon here would tell me never underestimate the gifts that you have. And I would look and say, stop feeling insignificant. It's time to claim your power back. So when I see a bat, I feel delight. And a lot of people see bat as vermin and like mice and so on. But I see a bat and think, oh my God, you are such a high achiever. But why are you not feeling it? So literally claim your power back, get on the wings of the dragon and take flight. So what do you have, Andrea?
I'm going to use the spinner to see where we're going to, what area. Who is that? What's her name again? Sorry, what were you reading then?
Yep, sorry. It was Mick Will's son. It's MIKWIL and son. They're in the YouTube site.
Okay. I did a spinner. I ran I went on romance partnership, so I don't know if there's a relationship there. Or if she wants to get into a relationship. We'll see what the cards come up with. So I'm kind of taking this as I don't know if she's single or not, but these cards scream being single to me, and her having admiration for somebody. But it also looks like the tornado to me kind of looks like a chaos situation. So whether this is a romantic relationship, a friendship relationship, or some kind of, it doesn't have to be romantic, but any kind of relationship, it looks like something that's very
You asked me for a cup. No, a Diet Coke.
Oh, I thought that was sorry. That's Wilma.
I thought I was on mute. I'm sorry.
I'm like, am I hearing something?
My apologies.
That kind of looks like there's a situation going on where it could be a relationship that is kind of a little hard to handle right now. Maybe there's a situation going on where she has to be a little bit careful and be a little bit soft and considerate. I do see things coming
It was me.
coming out of it with more clarity of whatever's going on in this relationship. But that's all I have for her. Without knowing if she's single or together, it's hard to really see where these cards are going. But
yeah, she said she's he, she, I'm not sure, because Mick Will, I'm not sure. It says single.
yeah, so I wonder if there's somebody that she has an interest in, and it's just a chaotic situation right now. She has to be kind of like a gentle how she approaches the situation.
No, this is general.
General.
General for Mick Will, son. MIKWIL and then son.
I got a lot of read off your cards. I just looked at those 3 cards.
Okay.
Thought you need to stop doubting yourself. You can get through anything, and you just need to don't doubt yourself. Follow your intuition. I saw a lot of transformation of fear, and just being able to get through things. And
the
then
shadow card was the child that came up too.
Coke.
So I don't know if she has a child that she's having a situation where has to be a little bit careful with. Maybe there's a little turbulence going on in that relationship.
Yeah.
Child and angel. So for me, again, this goes back to intuition. Following onto Karen's cards, you need to trust your intuition. And I wouldn't go in circles. I would be careful. Don't go in circles. Don't overthink things. I feel like there's a lot of overthinking going on here. Let's see what we have for charms. And I've got one more. The lifesaver. The lifesaver. Anybody got candy on the mind besides me?
Not yet, but I think I want an M&M now.
The life preserver on the angel and the child to me represents the guardian angel type relationship, that you're protected. Don't take that for granted, however. I just always say that, not saying that you are. You've got the castle on the ring and the child. So again, I would be looking towards, don't make mountains out of molehills. And it's about how you play your cards. It's not everybody, we're all given our challenges in life. It's not to compare against somebody else's. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't fuck yourself failure, that kind of thing. There's nothing about comparison. It's just about how you play your card, and it's really perspective. So keeping your perspective in alignment, and don't beat yourself up. Don't overthink. Really reach for success, and know that you have people on your side, whether you feel that right now or not.
TMC Adams. Yep. Leave a question right in the chat. As long as it's not health or legal. Go ahead, ask away.
I just grabbed one of my question cards there, and hang on, where am I? It says, what are the opportunities coming up for me in the near future? And that I can really look at that there for, again, where people are looking at general, and it's like Mick Will's son there. If I just look at that, and again, even if I draw another card, we got Lion. So again, it's a power card. So it's like stepping into your power, taking control, and being protective about it, and not no aggression. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting that we still come up with that.
Being dominant, taking control of her.
Yeah. I have Megan Matthews, Will B and I move in together and will she be happy? So it's really about the direction of the relationship. So, and that's for Megan Matthews and her and B with the letter B,
I
not
didn't
the name
at
B.
the beginning of that question.
It's for Megan Matthews. She's wanting to know, will B and them move in together and will they be happy? So it's really with the direction of the relationship. So I'm just using Alice. And thank you, Mickwell. So what have we got about the direction of the relationship? Okay, so you've got butterfly, peacock, and camel. The butterfly is about, yes, love and fun and changes in a nice way. Peacock and camel, though, peacock would still tell me, oh, number one, B must be very attractive. I often see that when I see a peacock. But it often is a thing of like who's going to be the leading role if you do move in, because that could be literally a bit of a battleground between the camel and the peacock. It's like you might like things one way and B might like it another. If you're literally talking about moving in the house, the peacock means you like order, where everything literally is in its place, and the butterfly, the same thing, visually very pretty or attractive. The camel, though, would tell me there is still some hurdles, some obstacles that you need to overcome. So I'd say, yes, you are likely to probably move in there, but there will be literally some teething problems there. I don't see anything major, and I don't see it that the relationship's going to be all bluster and massive fails or cuts or anything, because we haven't brought out things like the sword, the grave, what's the other difficult ones, triangle, complex situations. But your camel would mean getting through some of the obstacles once you do look at that in the relationship. So I don't see it as a bad thing, though. So what have you got, Andrea?
So I'm seeing something similar to you, but I'm also seeing doubts coming from him. And I don't want her to take this the wrong way, because when you hear a man has doubts about moving forward with living together, usually us women get kind of nervous. It kind of looks like he's not doubting his feelings for her at all, because I see a commitment with him. He's very committed to her. But I'm saying that he's having his feelings, having a little bit of doubts about moving in right now. I don't know if there's issues going on in your relationship, but with this beacon, it looks like there's a situation going on that you guys have to focus more light on, and really get to the bottom of things before you actually take that step to move in with each other. So right now, it's better to work out the issues instead of moving in until those issues are worked out. So I'm going to say, as of moving in, probably no, not right now, probably not in the next 6 months or even 8 months, but I do see him very committed to her.
Ah, that's a nice one. Whoops, Wilma. What have you got?
Am I up here?
You're up here on full screen.
Batter's up.
I can't see my live screen. I can only see the screen once I'm on Facebook, which has a bit of a delay. So, all right, here we have the camera, the banjo, the heart, and the spider. The good news is you have the. We also have the mountain. The good news is we have a heart. I do see needing perspective here, taking a lighter approach and a lighter perspective. Step back and try and look from the other person's point of view, or from another point of view, with the camera on balloon here. The banjo on the ring and the horseshoe, to me, shows needing to be in tune with each other, needing to be in tune with the goals and the commitments within the relationship, needing to be on the same page, basically equally yoked. This is with the horseshoe, I see it as being somewhat financial, as well as planning for things that you're not expecting, that there are unexpected things that you haven't talked about yet, things that are unexpected coming up that you haven't gotten on the same page yet. You need to talk about. Sit down, make a list of the different issues or topics that you haven't talked about yet, and make sure that you get on the same page. Find out what your goals are and make sure that you're, again, engage with the goals. You've got the heart on the woman, which is great for making a home together, bringing in the gentility as well as the the comfort, just making a comfortable home, that whole June cleaver type vibe. I would keep it light. I would also just make sure that you remain focused on your relationship no matter what. That's most important. That no matter what happens, even through the fights, that important is that you care about each other and having that commitment. The mountain on the clock and money symbol to me shows take some time to look at the values and the possible challenges around financial issues as well as the time commitment. Here to me would show how are you going to split finances and work? How are people going to feel about that? I think it's going to take a little bit longer than you're expecting. It also makes me wonder if there's going to be some credit issues here or some judgments about one person's credit over the other, especially going back to Karen's peacock. I see there's some power struggles that you don't want to have. You need to keep it light and compassionate.
Shh, Princess. I'll just comment there, Wilma. Megan's just said, I'll put it on screen. It says they're working out a few things first before moving together. But he is very committed, which is really lovely. I'm so glad. And I can just see your profile picture there, Megan. You are a very attractive and beautiful young lady.
So I think good. Lastly, the last thing I had to say is with the spider on the PM, I think it's very important that no matter what you do and what happens, that you both feel comfortable in being able to be independent. There was this old saying that even if a woman doesn't need to leave a relationship, be prepared and have the ability to, whether that's a financial savings as well as like a plan and just keeping your independence and not losing yourself within the relationship. But I don't see anything bad just working together and seeing things from the other's perspective.
I agree.
Teresa's there. She thought one of us sneezed. It's actually my cat, mummy cat Princess, who's comes and she's sitting, and I always say she's barking at my feet, but she's a moany, groany whinger. So I've got facts and fiction. I don't know if facts and fiction is still with us, but they're asking about Son's business expansion. And we don't usually do third party like that, but it's about business, so we'll do it. It's different if someone's asking, they're snooping on an ex-lover or a partner and so on. We don't go into that. It's actually really unethical when people ask that, but as readers we get asked that all the time, and it's literally psychic snooping, spiritual snooping, which is not really good. So it'd be like if someone says, what's that Karen up to behind the scenes? It's snooping. But yes, I am up to something behind the scenes, and the girls know, but it's all top secret, but you will all soon know. So you hear facts and fiction. So let's have a look what's going on with your son's business and expansion. So what have I got here? I'm looking back to front. Oh, that's actually very good for expansion. Son literally is the lion, which would tell me very good. He carries himself well, strong. Lion is a leadership card, and when we're looking in career, Lion is a very good leadership card. The balloon there would tell me literally expansion. It means rise and rise and rise gracefully. Peacock there would tell me literally marketing, and I'd say slam the social media marketing as well. And a lot of people underestimate the power of social media and marketing for business. And or even us three girls, we know also how important it is. Even this type of platform. I'm not sure what trades or services he's in. Even if he was, say, a plumber, and I know some people might think, how do you slam plumbing and social media? But literally in the storytelling, he may have gone and solved a customer's issue, and it's, literally the before and afters, even experience of something that you cannot see. Share testimonials, customers, and that, because that Peacock would tell me, literally flaunt what he's doing. And these are great, which tells me expanding the business is a very good opportunity for him. I just want to see what's on the bottom of
That
the deck.
lion makes me think he's very analytical.
And look at what the shadow card is. It's the fish. Literally is multiply in great areas. Fish is a good sign of abundance, great luck, and opportunity. So these are good. Yeah, I say great things for him for business.
Absolutely.
So, Andrea, you're up.
Lions
Yeah,
are too.
Sorry, Wilma?
Lion is a great leader, manager, somebody that you can trust to be their own.
yeah, that's my analytical card.
Yeah.
I'm also getting yes for him. It's expansion. I got really excellent cards for him. You got the bells, you got the book, you got the cannon, and the shadow card as a fish. The bells is showing also to me good news coming to him. Something I see this being something very big though. So I don't feel like this is to be a very small expansion. It seems like it's something very big. I'm not sure what he's doing. It looks big. The books are showing is that he does have the knowledge to expand. I'm wondering also if there's paperwork that he is currently doing right now, or there's paperwork that he has to currently have to submit somewhere, or even contract, some kind of contract. But that could be a signature or something. But I'm saying yes. I got the fish too, and this is a good card for movement, for good luck, expanding. Also for finances coming in for him also. So I'm going with a yes also for expansion.
I think that's good. I do. Wilma, you're up.
I have the lighthouse, the hamsa, and the letter K. So the lighthouse to me is great for, again, reflecting on that business, bringing in advertising, being seen, which we've seen already. The hamsa is on the book. Let's see, the lighthouse is on the spoon. So again, to me, the spoon is like, how is it feeding people? How is it feeding you? What is it bringing to you? The spoons are, to me, is also the energy involved. We have that symbology between spoons and disability, or spoons and energy. So it's bringing energy and advertisement. I feel like, again, he's a great networker, somebody who's going to be, I don't want to say sly, but he reminds me of the magician in tarot. But he's very well skilled with advertising, the social media type thing, all that peacock energy. The hamsa on the book reminds me, again, somebody who's loyal, somebody who's trustworthy, somebody who's good with the books. The K energy could be person, place, or thing in the name with the name K. It's also
number 2.
Excuse me?
Number 2 energy too.
Yeah, I was about to say number 2 energy, which is great for partnerships, especially in business. It's hitting the horseshoe and also slightly touching the ring here. So again, to me, that shows perfect for business. I mean, that number 2 energy, I see it bringing in luck and abundance, and him also doing the footwork with the horseshoe, with the actual movement of the horse, doing footwork within the business. He's not afraid to do the work, and he's not afraid of the work itself. He's not afraid of commitment. I see somebody who's very loyal in commitment with the 2 energy. And so I would definitely say that this would be a good expansion. Literally expansion with lighthouse, because it's bringing the light or showing people the way.
I think it's good.
I just want to add, with the bells in the book that I have, I'm not sure if he's doing some kind of paperwork or some kind of inventory or something, but that bells is screaming to me that there's something that he really needs to pay attention to within either his bookkeeping or contract or something. So I don't know if
he's in hang on, cargo delivery of goods. So
that would make sense. I got the book as well.
Oh,
So
you got the
Yeah.
book. So yeah, something standing out with, I think something he has to really pay attention to when it comes to a contract or something. But you
It is.
mentioned spoons, Wilma. So I'm wondering if he's going to have a partnership or looking for a partnership that might take advantage of him. So you might want to be careful about that.
Yeah, that's
That could be the contract that he has to look over.
That's good. I have
and if you stamps on the book, I would absolutely protect your contracts. But it also
Yes.
to me shows loyalty and protection over that. So definitely, I would say protect yourself and other people.
Absolutely.
It is. I have Amy Gorosita. I hope I pronounced that right because I'm really terrible when it comes to pronunciation of names. And she's just wanting to have a look at her career. So, contracts, Facts and Fiction says, yeah, contracts are a huge part of his business.
Okay, that makes sense why we all got the book.
Yeah.
To really look over those contracts that he's doing.
So, Amy Gorosita, we are looking at your career.
I would also be careful with details in the contracts with that K energy on the horseshoe and the ring, because the details in the horseshoe.
Okay. I have for Amy Gorosita, I'm not sure if Amy's still here, but her timestamp is 1 hour 15. We have scales, mask, and mushroom. There would tell me time to literally peel off the Band-Aid. Mask is very much a rip off the Band-Aid, expose things, and it's often very much as blunt as it's saying, time to really get a good look at what you are doing. It's interesting because mask there tell me you're not seeing other opportunities that are out and about in your career field. Mushroom is very much a card of grow and grow quickly. Scales there would tell me there's some sort of contract or interview type thing, because when I see scales, it's literally agreements, obligations, it's like a shaking of hands as such. And when I see the mask, it tells me time to get out of literally a stale place and go to somewhere that you feel a better balance. So I actually look at these as you need growth, because what you are currently doing, it's like stagnant. I just want to have a look what's on the bottom. It's interesting, you've got the hourglass, which we call a card on the bottom of the deck. We call it a shadow card because it's there usually for just that little bit of, okay, what's an extra layer? And hourglass there would tell me again, though, time to literally get on with things. Hourglass is procrastination. It's like you're going, yes, no. And I'd look at that and say, stop procrastination, time to get real and look at what is it that you are looking for in growth and opportunity, because I keep feeling that it's like you are a little stagnant of what you are and where you are. So what do you have, Andrea?
What was Amy's exact question again?
Amy Gorosita, she's just wanting to look at about her career and what's going forward.
Okay. So I'm definitely saying that she has to put more, I think, more effort into whatever her career is. I don't know if it's something that looks like she enjoys and she's passionate about what she's doing, but I'm seeing something, even the mail card could be something that her being more proactive, putting more effort into something. But I'm seeing, let me see, let me pull my card. I'm definitely seeing her career to be something good, something that she really enjoys doing. I'm seeing something new coming out of it. So whether or not this is, if she's in the same career she's doing now, or she's looking to move careers, I'm not quite sure what the question was.
It's just about career.
Yeah, I'm seeing whatever her career is something actually really good, and there's a lot of love in it and passion. But I'm also seeing that it's something that she really needs to put more effort forward into whatever she's doing, if that makes sense in that. But it's a very vague question for me, and I apologize. I got a little tongue-tied there, but that's really all I'm getting.
Wilma, you're up. You're on full screen. Yep.
I love your nails, Andrea.
Yeah, they're a color I definitely don't like, but
They're pink.
Yeah, the pink. My least
You
favorite
gotta,
color in the world.
you just add a topper and change it, girlfriend.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, add a little glitter. All right. Okay, here we go. I got an interesting thing, kind of similar to Andrea speaking up because you've got the microphone, the dice. I'm not going to read the actual number on here because it's not my actual dice charm. Because it has this, it's not going to land where it needs to. So to me, it's just the die, and then you've got the cherries, and then lastly, you have the bridge here right on the saucer of the cup. So in terms of career, I would say you really do need to speak up. Make sure that you're seen, and don't hold back asking for a raise or making sure that they know your worth, because the microphone is on the dollar sign. The die is on the book, and it's also on the clock. So again, and then the cherries on the clock. So again, it's like, what are you striving for? Don't just stick around where you are. It's really time to reach and go next level. Think about what else you want to get out of this, because you have somewhere to go. You have opportunity here with the bridge, and you need to think about your long term in general. You can't just the day to day. It's kind of Buddhist to stay in the now, but you really need to plan for the future is what I'm seeing here, and really need to speak up and think about where you want to go and where it is you want to shine and how to shine and be seen. And the time is now to take that control. And I really feel like you do have an opportunity to take
day to day. It's
kind
of Buddhist to stay in the now, but you really need to plan for the future.
Oops. Sorry, I'm here.
heard that.
We went quiet.
Oh, sorry. I was looking at another window thing. So sorry, I'm back.
Hello, darling.
I've got Camilla who wants to know about male friend E, with letter E, feels about her. So, and that's Camilla Sewick, and I think Camilla's still here. I'm just trying to look through there. It's interesting because after a while, these things stop. They don't let me back into the earlier chat, but that's why I'm madly writing things down. So what does E feel about her? So I'm using royalty. What have I got? Oops, come here. I'm dropping all my cards. Okay. All right. What does E feel about you? What have I got? Triangle, frog, and balloon. Frog there would tell me very restless ground. E there, it's again like literally, I think of like the saying, cat on a hot tin roof. And when I see there, it would tell me he's very restless. As far as what is he thinking about you, it's interesting, triangle, because triangle often tells me you're a complex lady. And as far as what does he view or think about you, it there would tell me he sees you as a complex lady. And it may be just the fact that he can't quite work out, or are you giving him any mixed signals? The balloon, though, would tell me again about where he's looking at probably the lighter side of you, but I'd still see this, particularly frog, is you need a more settled or calming energy for him to literally focus on, because I just see this here is he viewing you as feeling a little restless? And I'm just having a look what's on the bottom. We've got the scales. Again, there would tell me you need a calmer approach with this fellow. And I just keep getting here that he's seeing you as restless when he really needs to see some of the calm side of you. And it may be just him that's feeling, again, he's confused. Can't help but every time I see a triangle, tells me what's the exterior or the outer influence around this man. And everyone automatically jumps to a triangle and thinks, is there another party involved? But the other party can be, does he see you that you work too long, too many hours? Does he see family or other friends that are too involved in the relationships? So it may be him that needs to work out the complexities, because he could be literally over analysing matters. And to see a scale at the bottom would indicate to me things need to be on a better balance for you. So
that frog jumping away from that triangle looks like he's kind of on edge for the situation right now. Sometimes make him feel like on edge.
It looks like he's watching to see how the situation is going to unfold or grow.
Yeah. So what do you have, Andrea? Okay, I've got Marsha there. Marsha, I'm coming.
Do we know that this is a relationship? This is a romantic relationship?
He's just
interesting. I got frog too.
Male friend.
Let's see what comes out after frog. Man facing frog. He's a little bit jumpy back and forth with the situation. Absolutely. And then, so the 10 right here makes me feel like he doesn't feel. I want to say this, but I don't want to say. I don't want you to get upset, Camilla. But that 10 kind of makes me feel like the 10 next to the ring makes me feel like he's not ready for a commitment or to settle down or to really be focused on one person right now. Kind of looks like he just wants to be isolated, kind of to rejuvenate for himself. But there's that frog again and that man. So that right there, he's back and forth with the situation. I'm seeing him to be more of being on edge and not being the stable one when it comes back to that scales that Karen had. It seems like he's kind of the one that's on edge, the one that's indecisive, back and forth with the situation and not knowing what he wants. And this chair, I seem to be very, like Karen said, restless about the situation. So I don't know if this is a relationship you want to pursue, because it looks like he kind of doesn't want to stay in one place at one time. He's like all over the map right here, I'm feeling. A high anxiety with that mouse.
Yeah. What do you got, Wilma?
I'm just going to be blunt because at this point, I don't see any reason why not to be. Again, we have the scales. It's between the telephone, the man. It's mostly on the man, the telephone, and then it's also pointing towards Rose. You have the compass on mask and car. It's a little bit on ring. It's a gigantic charm, so it's kind of wants to be on everything. And then you also have the flying pig. So to me, this kind of boundaries are required here. With the mask, it's what are you not seeing? What isn't being seen? And the car is it's about the self. I don't think it's necessarily bad, but the compass draws a circle. Here we go. Wilma's going to play with her toys again. The compass draws a circle around the self. So it's literally drawing a boundary or drawing a protective circle, drawing a boundary circle around your. Sorry, I play with my car this way. Can you see it better this now?
Yeah.
You're drawing.
Just put up a comment. She says it's just a friendship, but they got into a bad fight and he crossed boundaries and she's told him off.
Yes, he did. Because now you've got this compass going around the car. So there's the boundaries needed here. Going around, so the car being the actual self, you've got the compass drawing boundaries. The scales here is showing needing balance. To me, it also right here shows needing an apology. And with the pig, this is where I'm going to get blunt. It's kind of like when pigs fly. And I think that's where I was probably getting the blunt thing is that fight that they were having. So, in terms, I'm getting kind of lost as what the exact question was.
You kind of know how does he feel about her because they've had an argument. So it's like, how does he feel about her? She said
feel in this. Again, I am going with on a needs to know basis because I don't pick apart people. I don't go into people's private lives. I think feeling like bad about going off. So I think he does realize that there's balance needed, there's boundaries needed, but there's also still this kind of feeling of, I still kind of feel like things are on edge. This pig charm is usually about abundance. It's usually a good thing. But for me, I can never forget that sentence, when pigs fly. And with it on the edge of the cup, I just kind of get, and it's near the butterfly, which is about socialization. There's something here that feels on edge. And again, I get that feeling, and it just kind of feels like that. I can snap and say things, go off the handle. And it's like, yeah, when pigs fly, like,
high and exciting.
So
that's what I'm getting here too. The same as Wilma. I think she's, now that she says not relationship, more friendship and the boundaries. When I look at the cards that I pulled, I'm definitely feeling that he kind of like he's isolating himself from her right now. I don't think he can face he's not going to face her.
Yeah.
Looks like he's kind of like backing away from her, to be honest with you.
Well, that's the thing. I think he knows something's off, and there's balance.
Yeah.
But I think they're both kind of feeling hurt, and they're both feeling
absolutely
boundaries were crossed, and there's still a little bit of tumultuous, like, I could fly off the handle at any time, so I'm going to keep my cool here kind of feeling in this pig. But let me be clear. I think in this pig, he does value your friendship. So I think things just need to, I think like what Andrea said, things just need to simmer and take some time. But what aren't you seeing? And do keep your boundaries.
Yeah, because 10 is temporary, so this is a temporary situation. But let him back off a little bit, cool down, try to get the gist of the situation. And men are like boomerangs. To me, you stretch them out, they come right back.
I would ask, you need
what they say, keep be mean and keep them keen. Isn't that the saying?
To me,
I never heard that one.
We've asked about him, but what can you do in this situation to bring things back together and bring things back in balance? Because this is once you've had a fight like that, you can kind of like, it's very easy to go in your own directions and burn bridges when things can easily be worked out. And so Frog here is a growth card. You have Anchor here, which is stability. So it really comes down to, do you really want this person? Do you care about him long-term in your life? And if so, find a gentle way to work it out. Take that time.
Absolutely. With the scales, the pros and the cons of the situation.
Right. Yeah. Write your list. So, because it's their way very quickly.
Yeah, that's a good one. Hang on, I'm just writing down another question before it disappears off screen from me. So I'm just scribbling this down.
I love my charms. I got to play.
She loved playing with the charms. Okay, so the watercolor cards are really lovely. Triple Moon Goddess is Sherry.
Thank you.
So I have Teresa Ford, and she's wanting to move out of the condo to a house with land so she can get back in touch with nature and grow trees and grow fruit and teach others how to live off the land, basically.
Oh.
So, but she wants to move out of the condo. So what have we got? I've got, hang on, there's the third one. There straight away, key is good for moving and relocations. Hang on, that way, because it literally means new doorways, new pathways is there. But she's got the ring and she's all got treasure chests. So it would tell me, yes, there is the opportunity to do so, but it may take a lot more money than you are actually realising, because treasure chest usually means a large sum of money. Literally means there. The ring is good for looking at contracts, documents. It is a value point as well, but key essential would tell me, yes, you will move, but it may end up costing you a lot more money than what you've really allowed for. So what's the shadow? Oops, hang on. Turn it up so I don't drop them all. We've got the mushroom. So the mushroom again is, well, literally plants, food source, but the mushroom still would tell me to grow. I still don't see a no, But I'm coming right back here to this treasure chest, which will tell me it's probably going to cost you a bit more than you bargained for.
That mushroom looks like a fixer-upper.
Oh gosh, let's hope not.
Well, no, I mean in a good way. Maybe
In a good way.
small, something that she could fix up. Not a new house, nothing
Yes.
new, but something she could fix up.
Mhm.
A starter home.
It is a starter, but the thing is too, it's plants, which is what she's mentioned. She wants to be able to grow.
For her
So,
little garden. There you
Yeah. So, Andrea, you're full screen now.
go. Okay.
I'm moving screens, guys. It's just so those of you who are on a phone, if you're sneaky phone viewing at work, you can see full screen what the girls are doing.
So I got chair, lion, frog, mermaid. I'm not seeing the no. But I'm also seeing that she shouldn't rush into this right now. That chair is screaming, kind of like take it easy a little bit, not rush. It will come into you, but I also think that you have to really become more dominant, put more power into the situation to make it happen. The frog here, this is about being indecisive, back and forth with the situation. So because it's near mermaid, I'm kind of wondering if there's if there's an area of interest that you have that you keep going back and forth on, perhaps near the water, because the mermaid card, because it looks like it's like a back and forth situation with a particular area that you're thinking of. I too see a yes. I just don't see it happening this year. If I have to put a time on it, I'm seeing something going slower and taking your time with finding a place. But that's all really I'm getting. But that tombstone, I like that because it's about creating new beginnings and really coming out of the shadow into more of a light of something that you have an interest in that you want in the future. So I see it happening. But I'm really curious if this will be near the water, or if you live somewhere near the water.
Could it be a lake? Do you think?
Or like any kind of body of water, lake, river, anything, ocean, beach.
Yeah.
Pond.
Wilma, you're on full screen.
Yeah, I've also got my lights on both cards. Wow. Let's see if we can do that. Is that a little bit better?
No.
Okay.
I can tell we got a camel, cherries, and the sword.
Yeah, it's just.
Oh, actually, move them down.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay, there we go. All right, so we have the camel, the cherries, and the sword.
She lives in Florida, by the way.
Oh, that's all water.
There you go.
The beaches.
So,
Yes, there you go.
Surrounded by water. It's swampland. Which makes sense with that frog because this frog is literally in the swamp in that card. You can see that. I've got the camel, the cherries, and the sword. I don't love the sword here, especially with it. I don't know. This is where I like the charms. I can see a few different meanings in here. One of which being, I see this taking a long time with the camel, but I also see this as literal hauling around of fruit. You know, you're talking about wanting fruit trees. I can see this as the camel as the actual tractor, the work. I think it's going to be more work than you realize. I'm just going to put that out there. You have the sword cutting down the cherries. For me, at first, I'm like, this doesn't look good. And second thought, it does look like reaping the abundance, reaping the rewards, reaping the actual fruit and farming of the land. So if you're planning on farming land, I think those cards look good, but I think it's going to take longer and more work than you are expecting. With Karen's cards and stuff, I think, financially, or even just, again, the value, it's just a little more than what you're expecting right now. Here, I do get the same financial kind of feeling with the tortoise shell, and
those cards look good, but I think it's going to take longer and more work than you are expecting.
Their volume.
But with Karen's cards and stuff, I think, financially, or even just, again, the value is just a little more than what you're expecting right now. Here, I do get the same financial kind of feeling with the tortoise shell, and cards look good, but I think it's going to take longer and more work than you are expecting.
Your volume.
But with Karen's cards and stuff, I think, financially, or even just, again, the value is just a little more than what you're expecting.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Can you hear me, guys?
I can hear you. Something weird just happened there, but
yeah, it did.
So,
It did.
I
I
was
tried
waiting
another screen.
I was waiting for it to catch up. Okay, I can
Yeah.
go back to my reading here. Okay, the camel, with the arrow underneath the camel, I feel like there's details that still need to be worked out. There's something that you're not seeing. There's still kind of a pipe dream kind of feeling here going on, and which it's great to have goals, but you need to bring it back down into reality. You've got the tortoiseshell and the flying pig, so you've got abundance. And so I feel like there is, like Andrea said, some sort of fixer upper, or things are not as lucrative as they seem. You may need to bring your expectations down a little bit, maybe downsize a little bit. Financially, the mortgage may not be quite what you're looking for, maybe not quite as much land. And again, in the lollipop with word, talks about bringing down those expectations, that maybe going a little bit lower, bring things down into reality a little more. Just really write those lists, pinpoint exactly what you want. I'm not seeing a no either. I'm just seeing take your, bring it into reality.
Okay. Where am I? There. I have Nicole Richard. She's either dating or she's interested with a gentleman who has been widowed 1 year, but she's wanting to know, is there a love relationship going to form with him? So let's have a look. Let me look.
It's been really hard here.
So, yeah. So Nicole Richard, interested or dating a man who's widowed, and she's wanting to know, is there love coming here? It's nice to see the anchor, because the anchor there would tell me something that is settling because it's stabilizing. The eagle would tell me sees the opportunity the moment he opens up the heart. The monkey there would tell me is that, well, number one, monkeys often around children and young people. So, which I would look at it there and say, what is it that he needs to settle from? Because the monkey could also indicate, though, this man, yes, he may be widowed and he's got no partner, but is there children or someone else that keeps sticking their nose in? Because monkey is, not my monkey, not my circus. So what is the convoluted situations, that is around this man? I do like the anchor, though, which tells me settle, but it's a long time coming. That's the only thing. So I'd say you need to be patient and see when the time is and look at the opportunities that may be around for him. So I'd say take your time in doing it. Look at what's going on behind the scenes as well, because the monkey could be, again, convoluted situations with children if he has children around him. So a bit of a messy network it can be that you may not see.
That eagle, somebody's definitely watching, keeping an eye on the situation. But that eagle's also about somebody, either him or somebody circling the situation that's really not grounded. I wonder
is there also another person who's watching, ready to strike, which is,
that's
again,
is
there another love interest he may not even know about, but is there someone else literally?
Yeah, because that monkey's sneaky also. So somebody, let's see what I have.
Yeah. So what do you got?
I've got an eagle also. I'm actually wondering if his deceased wife is looking out for him.
Oh,
All right. Well, I'll put Andrea up first, and then
it doesn't, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, you're up, Andrea.
Okay, I pull more cards than I normally do because on the situation, because I want to see what extra information I gave. I kind of feel right now the man in the dragon here, kind of like, I think he has some kind of fears going on about settling, to be honest. I'm seeing this teacup as him being social and very social. I don't want to say the wrong thing about this, but this cat makes me think he's talking to, there is somebody else that he's kind of talking to, but I see it on the friendship level. But as a romance, I don't know if what was the question? She wanted to get into like a romantic relationship
She said
with him?
he's widowed a year, and she's wanting to know, is there love coming with
There's that
this?
angel right there. I honestly, I'm not seeing it at all. I'm seeing this him being more of trying to get out into the social aspect, to have a little bit fun. Someone to help him through the phase of being a widow. This angel's his wife right now. So he still has, that connection between him and his wife. So I don't see anything romantic right now. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen. But this cat card is me seeing it either as another female that he's perhaps having conversations with, like Karen, you said maybe somebody circling the situation,
Yeah.
or he's just viewing this particular situation as just being a female friend of his to help him through, being a widow in his journey of his wife. I get the feeling that he hasn't been a widow all too long. This seems
Only a
really
year.
new to me.
Only a year.
Oh, yeah. So there you go. So my answer would be I don't see any romance or love coming out of this right as of yet.
Right now.
Whether or not it's gonna in the next 6 months, I don't know. But as of now, I'm seeing it more as just a social thing and someone he could talk to and be entertained with.
Wilma, you've got the eagle as well.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I shuffled and pulled as Karen was talking, and I got the eagle as well. I got the same feeling that this is too fresh for him. He still has some healing going on, and I do wonder if I do see somebody looking out for him. I get that same feeling, and I do wonder if it is his spouse in spirit, making sure that he's being taken care of and taking care of himself. Himself, I don't see him being ready for love yet. We do have the heart card out here, which is really nice to see. But we've got the tornado and this eagle. We've also got the charms Capricorn, snail, and kangaroo. So just going into the charms real quick, Capricorn is very business-minded. And when they're not business-minded, they're practical. They're incredibly practical. And they're going to keep up that mask. Oh, we've got a thunderstorm. It's romantic rain and thunderstorm for this question. That's why I was like, ooh, rain. It was just kind of like, it was just like that movie vibe. It was like, I was hoping for something really super sexy, but snails are not super sexy. Well, they kind of are. If you think about it, I'll leave it.
I don't know. I think of slimy when
Yeah,
I don't think of sexy.
It can get kind of super sexy if you think about it.
I think of snail salad or slimy. One of those.
They can be moist, but all right.
Well, there's sex, right? That's sexy, I guess, moist, if you like that word, but I don't know.
Also, the kind of snails are also kind of like phallic or kind of, but I'm not feeling it. I'm not going that way. Like, I'm just not feeling it, and I just not. No, I'm not getting that at all.
Looking at snails.
I feel like if it did, it would be really awkward. But no, but I feel like there's the snail here to me is just very slow. And the kangaroo is very compassionate. They hold their young in their pouch. So I feel like right now he just needs a lot of support and comfort. And that's what I get out of that charm. So right now I feel like he's just in his own world here, and he needs to take it slow. The eagle also, it feels like, don't stalk the situation, don't go around the situation. I wouldn't be bringing it up over and over again type feeling. This is somebody who needs to be watched over and looked after in a positive way. I do wonder, again, are there children or somebody else involved? He needs to, I feel like he needs, with this eagle also, that he needs to figure out how to navigate the world by himself, because as a new widower, he may have been relying on his wife or his partner for a lot of things. He really needs to find a way to do it himself before he can get involved in love. And that's basically what I'm seeing in the tornado. This is all still very new. He's got a lot of grief. He still has a lot of things to figure out before he can get back to love. So this is going to take a while. Again, just be patient with him, be supportive, let him find his.
That man facing away from the heart makes me think that he's still going through a lot of heartache right now.
A lot of grief with this tornado.
Yeah.
now, he's still very much trying to heal and grow from that. He needs a lot of support and comfort. This reminds me of that hug, like I said, it's that support. And it also reminds me of missing his wife in terms of, again, getting that support and comfort from her, or, that what they would have had in their relationship, and that security, that you have just being with somebody. It's very sad. I would just be very supportive and see what happens in the future. I don't see anything short term happening. It's going to be a while.
Yeah, I see it more just staying as like a friendship thing, to be honest with you.
You don't want to be, even with a widower, you can still have a rebound relationship. So he really needs to heal himself before he can
absolutely
go forward.
I've got, there's only a couple more, and I've had to put up there no more questions, guys, because we've been on here a long time. I've got Marsha Hostetler. Now, I hope I've pronounced that okay. And she's asking, is my path right now at or in divination? So is a path right now down the divination? So what have we got? I've got Alice. Come here. What have I got? Helps when I get them up the right way. Sorry, guys, I'm not used to doing this. I'm used to my overhead camera, which is easier. You've got heart, which tells me follow your passion. You've got the triangle, and triangle is a point. And part of the reasons when I drew this deck was the rabbit and the rabbit's foot on there, because triangle in its first and foremost means good luck and opportunities. It means things are heading in the right direction, but it does mean working through complexities. And the monkey here, it's almost like follow your passion, but keep your eyes wide open for competitors, because a monkey there would tell me who is the immature twat in the background that keeps giving you some grief. Sorry, I had to say it. Because I look at it there and say, feel passionate and run with your passion, even though there may be some competitors or naysayers. And I know that sounds really old, but it's like, don't let people poo-poo you and what you feel passionate and strongly about. Work through the complexities that keep getting in the way. It's like a roadblock, literally. But I keep coming back to the heart, because the heart there would tell me what feels right, what feels good, and expression. Just do it and bugger the competitors. So what do you have, Andrea?
I'll get my cards
now.
You
got Alice too. You got Alice.
Yeah.
For me one more time. Such a scatterbrain.
So repeat her question again one more time. I have it back in my head, but
yep.
It's
for Marsha Hostetler, and she's wanting to know, is her path right now in the divination realm?
Right. Okay. See, I've got such a storm in the background. I feel like I'm literally at sea in a ship rocking. It's kind of
wow.
Yeah, it feels like pressure in the air right now.
Oh, it is so windy, and my house is getting hit with so much wind and so much rain. It's just insane. It's awesome. It's like one of those movie things, but yeah.
Okay, I got scale, lady, lion, tree, and cat. I'm seeing more growth that needs to be done in divination. I'm not saying that she's not there yet, where she can't do it, but I think maybe practicing and actually getting out there is going to give her the growth that she needs to be stable when it comes to divination. Because when you think of tree, you think of the body, mind, and spirit, and it's a spiritual thing for me. But I'm also seeing the scales is she undecided on what path she wants to take in divination? Because scales here is being undecided and going back and forth on what she really wants to really conquer in her path. But the lion facing the lady facing the lion makes me think that she really needs to I don't know if she has, it makes me feel like she needs more courage, like she's down on herself, or she's shy about the situation. That she really has to come out and show herself a little bit more and gain the courage to do it. But I see, is she ready to do it? Absolutely. I think everybody's ready to do it. If you're thinking it, then you're ready to do it. And I really think the only way to really get out there is to stop practicing and do it and to grow with it. And to find something you're really comfortable to do in divination, because not everybody, like I always wanted to be a professional tarot reader, but I'm really better at tea leaf reading than I am tarot. Like, I think we all have a certain niches. So I think that's where she has to find her niche. But I think it's there.
So, Wilma, what have you come up with?
I've got, for charms, I have peacock, bridge, and fan. And for cards, I have balloon, the treasure chest, and the mask. So I have a similar feeling to Andrea and with confidence with the mask and the peacock and the fan. You need to come out of your shell a little bit more. I think there's a little more practice that needs to happen. But like Andrea said, the only way you're going to get practice is if you do it. So with the balloon here, I feel like you need to reach higher. So that is going the next level. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of money coming your way with the treasure ship and the mask right here. I feel like you need to, again, this feels like more practice. I don't know if you're active in the groups, in the practice groups, in the reading groups. I would definitely, go that way and be showing your services there. There's also advertising needed in these cards. I feel like nobody knows who you are. So you're going to have to establish and fight for your client base. The peacock, again, goes back to advertising and keeping your confidence. The fan underneath the mask is interesting because, again, it shows that you're not seen. You need to be seen, as well as you need to voice your confidence, find your voice. And also with the fan, it feels like find your own unique niche. Like everybody has their own. There's a zillion one readers out there. So the question is, why you? So we all have our own unique style. And with the fan, it's like finding that style. The geishas would flirt with their fans and use their fans, and not just geishas, Southern women. It was a traditional thing. Just women in general back in the day would use their fans and hold them in different ways to signal to other people different types of flirtations. So there's a finding your own unique way of reading, your own unique style in order to attract people. The bridge here is long-term goal. I feel like this is going to be a little longer out in the future before you really find success at it. But again, practice makes perfect. Practice makes progress. Go for it. Find your own unique place. This also can be, again, finding your own tools, like deciding on which tools you want to use. Absolutely.
I wonder if she's thinking about doing like some kind of mediumship or a spirit work, because that bridge to me is always about connecting the living to the dead.
Good point. And the mask. And
yeah, and the mask, and really open herself up. Maybe she's too scared right now to really connect.
The other thing I get in the same vein is make sure that you're connecting, communing with your guides.
So, yeah, she says, thank you. We all got something out of that, all right. So that's really good. I've only got two last questions, and hang on, let me go back to me. I've got Triple Moon Goddess, whose name is Sherry, and she said she keeps seeing things about April the 3rd. And so she's asking what's going on for the next 3 months. Seems the threes are important for you. The 3rd of April, I can just tell you briefly on that because we're in, hang on, so it's the 3rd month, 4th there, and we're in 2021. So we've got 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's even a 3-day. When you're looking at the numerology, we've got the 3rd day of the 4th month, 2021, which actually equals 3. 3 is about your vision, your creativity, expression. It's a really good sign. It's what we call the number of the child. 1 is masculine, 2 is feminine, 3 is the child, which tells me something new that's coming up, and really good. So it often there would tell me the series of the 3s is look at your vision. She's had no pictures in her dreams, but just through the date. So I'm using Alice, and what have we got?
If I had more time, I would look at the astrology, but I don't. So I would highlight she looks at astrology itself.
Yeah, that's really interesting too. When I look at these for not just the 3, but even in 3 months, you've got question mark, key, and bat, which would indicate to me some new portal will open up to you. The question mark would tell me don't doubt it or second guess it for a single second. And the bat there would tell me aim high, look at the goals that you want to put into place, because there it's like thinking outside the box to open the new pathways. These are really good cards, Sherry. But yeah, threes on your threes is interesting, and you get scared when you get dreams of dates. It is sometimes a hard part when you do get dreams like that, because then you think, okay, what's going on in the world? Is there going to be a plane go down and no one finds it, and all of these other things? But 3 is very visionary. Now, I know you are also a spiritual advisor, and I'll just let Andrea in that because I do know of Sherry. And I do wonder, when you keep getting these visions, is it time too, though, that you literally open up a new portal? And when I see that, it's like, are you tapping into mediumship? And I'm not sure if you look at the mediumship side of it, but I think it's time you probably start looking at it.
I was going to say the same as you. I was going to say start getting premonitions now.
There it's like, don't doubt for a single second, but look what you can. And always remember, a bat is blind, but it's highly skilled. So it's literally close your eyes and the visions that will appear. I'm actually wondering, do you look into the more mediumship side? But April the 3rd will be a pretty good day for you. So lots of discovery and new things that will take you down to your long-term visions.
Well,
what have you got?
The bat in your deck right there, in your card right there, makes me feel like a new sensory within her is gonna start to open up.
Yeah, so, I do too.
And I think those are premonitions she's having, and it's actually something that's going to come out of it. More, that's why I'm feeling more than mediumship. Let's see what I have.
You'll see in my cards. Yep.
Oh, I can see them pre-screened before everybody else does.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. This is a separate. This over here is actually a separate thing. I actually pulled on exactly what that was like. What is that?
Okay, cool. So, Andrea, what have you got?
Based on her question about more what's up, I know she mentioned April 3rd, what's going to happen, and she was into the spiritual side of everything. But what I'm getting for her the next 3 months is, I think she has to trust herself more and really be more confident, because it looks like she's kind of disconnected from herself a little bit with Mouse Peacock right here. There seems to be like a little disconnection going around with her internally. And I think that dream that she's having is all about her connection within herself coming back to her. Because when you have the heart right here, that's more about the emotional side, feeling things, and really the key to what's that word I want to use? I'm lost for words right here. But basically what I'm saying is, I think in the next 3 months she's gonna find more about herself and what's going on within her, and I think she has to really be a little bit more confident, because the symptoms seems to be knocking her down a little bit. Kane right here, I wonder if she's looking up for a mentor, or she's going to end up mentoring somebody when it comes to spirituality. But with your cards, that's clear to me that she's starting to have premonitions, and again, get stronger and stronger with her. Definitely. But I think she needs to trust them and really open herself up to them. So this could be feeding off your pull also, to tell her to trust herself a little bit more, and to stay connected, stay grounded, and to really be more secure within herself when it comes to that.
So, Wilma, what have you got?
I have to reiterate, I highly recommend you go to astro.com and look up your personal transits for that date and for the next 3 months, and also look at your progressed chart. Both options will be free in there, and you can click around and it'll give you some information. Even if you don't know about astrology, it'll give you a general guideline, and if you're intuitive at all, you can read it like an oracle and then put your own spin on it, because I feel like there's a lot of downloads that are going to happen between Andrea and Karen's pull and my own, You've got the angel and you've got both men with the anchor. And so with both men, I feel like you really need to ground and be assertive. I believe it was Andrea who said something about feeling disconnected and needing to step into your power. To me, this says step into your power, but step into the power that you were granted and given, the dominion that you were given. Step into your power and your purpose, but stay grounded, meditate. But I kind of feel like this is literally it may hit you like a rock or a brick. The downloads happening, again, from spiritual things going on. So stay grounded, drink your water, that kind of thing. The charms, you have the musical note, which again reminds me, there's that download, there's that harmony coming in, the wisdom in the turtle coming in. Just go slow, needing to take things slow, back things up. If your mind or things start getting too fast, back things up, take it slow. Remember, slow and space. You also have the recycling charm. So again, it's kind of karmic for me, as well as recycling the energy, flipping positions, flipping perspectives, flipping the energy, flipping everything in your direction. So again, like with the downloads, or with whatever's happening, it's happening for your highest good, and you need to recycle it. You need to get it through your body. Again, with energy, you need to keep it flowing. You don't want it getting stagnant or stuck. You want to bring it down, keep it flowing down through the earth, which again goes back to that anchor. So again, back to water, doing your self-care, all that kind of stuff. The horseshoe, I feel like this is going to hit sudden, fast. And it's also this, like a new system, a new way of expression, kind of like what the other girls were saying. Now, these 3 charms are specifically pulled on what was that dream or something trying to tell you. You have 2 hearts and you have the Aries ram. So it feels like there's a lot of compassion and teaching here, or teaching through compassion and healing that's going to happen, or it's going to come through you, that you're going to lead yourself and others through. So I feel like there's self-healing coming through here, as well as a leadership role that you need to be prepared for. And when we have to be prepared for leadership type roles, again, that's where things hit us kind of like a brick, and we often hit challenges in order to grow and find our stability. This kind of reminds me of like a Moses.
She's just commented there too, though. She's suffering an Epstein-Barr relapse, which is glandular fever.
Right.
And it's a virus which keeps full of neuro.
Yeah, the brain fog and the fatigue. Gosh, I can relate to that. That's a struggle.
This is all part of the spiritual download process. When we have physical illnesses, it's often part of our energy changing, and this is where you need to stay on your self-care and meditate and keep the energy flowing, because there's something, it's like kind of, I'm not sure, I can't remember, I'm really bad at my Bible people right now. I don't know if it's like Moses coming down off the mountain or the whole leading people through the parting of the Red Sea, but either way, there's information downloads and healing that where you're going to be led to lead others as well as yourself, and this is in preparation for that. So again, this is going to be kind of a bumpy ride, but stick with it and go with yourself. You've got wisdom and harmony coming.
I want to add something because of the Epstein, the virus that she's going through. I also know, because of my side of work I used to do, that it's also a virus that usually within the 3-month span it will get better, but this also affects the neuro side. Her cognitive and her thinking and everything that comes in between this, but this also could be strengthening her spirituality also. They say a lot of times when you get a virus, it also brings on a new gift, especially to those that are already tapped in. So I think, and it's interested that she asked about the 3-month span, because this is when usually the virus starts to dissipate a little bit and things become stronger. So
know that nursing, I just know from Reiki that oftentimes illness goes along with spiritual expansion. So it makes sense. But I do see healing coming about, and so that would make sense with that dream. But I would be actively working towards it. The turtle here also to me speaks of the cognitive issues, but I think you're going to get it back. Again, I just go back to self-care. Just stick with it. Don't lose your confidence, and really stay assertive, and don't lose. And I also want to say, don't give up hope, and don't stop trying. You need to stay very, very focused on and driven towards getting your health taken care of and getting things done. Don't let it lapse. And I know this from personal experience. It's so easy to, even just for a couple of days, just kind of let it get to you, and not take that motivation. You really need to be your own advocate here.
Yeah. And our lucky last, and I'm just about to start coughing, so I'm going to mute me. But her lucky last is Kez King. Her name is Kerry, and she's just wanting to know, is there any love or romance coming? So I'm actually going to put this over to you, Andrew and Wilma, while I just go and cough up a lung. Hang on. I'm muting me.
Okay, I'm going to put a time frame onto that, because a lot of times when I pull cards on a love life, I need like a time frame. That way I'll be able to be a little bit better.
I got caught up in Karen's lung and totally missed the question. Could you repeat it for me, Andrea?
I'm trying to find her name, but it's about...
Her name's Kez King. Her name's Kerry, and she's wanting to know, is there some romance coming in her life?
Okay, I'm going to put a time frame of 6 months, maybe 6 months to a year for this one. We'll see if there's a love coming into her life. I'm not getting anything with romance, but I am getting maybe a companion or a friendship or a really deep connection with somebody. Not so much as a romantic side. I'm also seeing this to be as maybe, Peacock is all about ego for me. And so I'm often wondering if either she's not showing herself enough or having the confidence enough to really put herself out there to open up to a relationship or a love. But I'm definitely seeing just a friendship or a companionship. That's what I'm getting. So for a simple term answer, in the next 6 months to a year, I see more of a platonic companionship or a friendship right now. As of next year, I'm not sure, but that's all I'm seeing right now. Wilma, maybe you're getting something different. Because this hourglass right here is all about, time. So everything will happen for a reason. And to me, it's a timing thing. So perhaps maybe there's something that she has to do, maybe work on herself a little bit more before that love comes into her life, or that's something that I always believe time is assessments, and there's a reason for everything. So as of right now, I just see a companionship and a friendship.
I'm with Andrea. I'm not seeing any love. I'm just seeing companionship, friendship. I don't know how much of this relates to the pandemic or not, because I do have the tree here. So, this is more of a time where we're getting to know people in more of a safe way in these cards. And it's not, there's a lot of people who are dating, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying this is not a time. I wouldn't beat yourself up if you're not finding a relationship right now.
Yeah, that tree is all about trying to branch out and not be able to at this time. So that's probably what she has to do, is wait until she can branch out more.
With the chair facing away from the tree, it's like you need to prune off the dead wood, really kind of prepare yourself and be prepared for getting out there. And it kind of reminds me of getting ready to go, whether it's getting the beach body ready, ready to go, putting on the new dress, the makeup. But it's kind of got that kind of lazy, I'm sitting around in my bunny slippers and PJs kind of feeling. No offense. And it's just like, I'd rather just sit home and watch Jeopardy. It's easier to Zoom date, and then you don't have to put on pants, and then there's nothing kinky about it.
Absolutely.
Basically what I'm getting out of this, like, you just take it slow and, do things from home. It's putting your health first, putting yourself first, and also deciding here, but also healing from the past, healing and deciding what it is you want. And I say deciding what it is you want because you have the lighthouse, the stag, and the spider. Now, when you heard the ooh, it's because I pulled the stag charm. And the stag charm is all about, like, the stag is He's that man. He's the Tinder man. He's the man we all want. He's the However, with the spider,
Is it like, yeah, I can't help it. I keep hearing the thing. It's like, oh, you look really good, but don't open your mouth.
exactly. He's got a pack of abs, but like, spider, like he might also have crabs. So, doctor first. Seriously, with the lighthouse, you need to get to know people before. I think they might look good on the outside, but there's a lot of getting to know people first and find out like who they really are, because there's a lot of wolves in sheep's clothing out there. Somebody I know recently said something. Well, I can't repeat it on live. I'll have to say it. But needless to say that, it's like, it's kind of, there's, it's hard out there. They say there's plenty of fish, but it seems like somebody needs to restock the pond. With this spider, I would say be comfortable with yourself first. The spider is happy to be alone in her own web. It kind of reminds me of the widow, or the woman who's alone in her house. I don't want to say Catwoman, but this reminds me of the independent woman who just doesn't give a shit about what other people can, say, think. She knows what she wants and who she is. So in this, be writing your list of what it is you want in a person, what are your negotiables, non-negotiables, and in the tree, so that when you're able to get out there, you know exactly what it is and what you want.
Jeez, that's like a freaking application.
Well, I mean, isn't that what eHarmony is basically nowadays?
I went right to the clubs. That's where I met mine. Can't do that nowadays.
Oh gosh!
But that spider charm that you have makes me feel like she has to be careful not to get herself intertwined into a situation where she's going to regret being in. So,
exactly,
kind of stay away from those.
Cute man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, we're going to wrap it up here, guys, because we've been over 2 hours, and I've got a whole list a mile long of what I've got to do today, and it's only 12 here, midday. Sherry said no crabby guys, okay? So there you go.
So we'll probably be back next week. Well, next Sunday's Easter, though.
Yeah, next weekend's Easter. So Friday it's Friday morning UK, Friday night Australia. So I don't know. It depends where I am. I may end up popping on over Easter. It just depends, because I don't have any family to have all the great big Easter celebrations. I'm not doing anything
either, so I'll be here.
So, but yeah. All right. Well, have a good day, everybody. And if you don't talk, have a good Easter break. Even if you don't celebrate, it's a little time to put feet up, and that would be lovely. But I just want to say thanks, everyone, for joining us, and I hope you have a great day, evening.
Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fun. Thank you, everyone.